so happy I'm going live. Indy is sleeping, so I thought it would be a great time. I don't know why, because my phone is literally about to die. I'm on 5%, but I was just so excited to go live on YouTube and connect with you guys because I know my videos are a bit behind. I have a lot of editing to do because the videos are recorded, they just haven't gone out. Yeah, I'm doing a lot, but it's for all good reason. I'm just really excited about this information. I feel like it can be really helpful to people. And I'm talking with my retainers in, so my mouth is a little, yeah, it's a little uncomfortable, but also I've been talking a lot for the day, so that's another thing. My mouth is just tired of talking, but I've been excited. Okay, so I want to do a pull from the Gene Keys as a contemplation for you guys, as a little consolation for the fact that my videos have been coming a little late. But the good thing is they're still coming, and I can't wait for you guys to see them because I do feel like they still will be timeless and evergreen in terms of being able to watch and meditate on. So there's that. So I'm going to jump into a gene key by just literally flipping through this book, which is something I love to do, and land on something. So I am on the gene key gate 40, the gate of aloneness. And here it says the will to surrender. The programming partner for this gene key is the 37th gene key of family. And I think that's ironic because when you are going into community, you usually do have to surrender yourself, like your alone time. Like now that I'm a mom, I do have to surrender in that way to the circumstances of the group dynamics, right? It's what the group needs or what my daughter needs now before my personal needs. And I think that's really interesting. But let's talk about the contemplation in terms of the frequency levels. So, the 40th gene key, we have the shadow of exhaustion. And the shadow of exhaustion, it's interesting because the 40th gene key is located in the stomach. And that goes back to how we nurture ourselves and how we digest. So, if you have exhaustion, this usually can connect to how you take care of yourself or what your nutritious intake is in relation to your physical output. So I'm going to read a little bit about the energetics of force and will, which have to do with the 40th gene key. It says the 40th gene key and its shadow concern the correct or incorrect use of the power of the human will. The secret of this gene key is found in the difference between the words energy and force. Energy, in this context, refers to the natural vitality that flows into your actions in the world. Whether your actions are in alignment with the universe, that requisite energy is supplied from deep within your being. However, when your actions do not flow from your true source but are forced, your energy will be depleted. So it's like if you're doing things without the physical vitality or without the proper intention and you're forcing it, your body will naturally, ooh, your body will naturally not respond well to it, as opposed to you operating within your body's mechanics and doing something that is in alignment with your physical energy and within alignment with your spirit. So it says, the malfunctioning of the 40th shadow is deeply connected to the conversion of food and liquid into energy through the medium of the stomach. In the age-old traditions of Oriental medicine, the overall health of the human body is seen in terms of its vitality or its chi. According to this tradition, there are two forms of chi: prenatal chi, which you extract from food and nature. Wait, yeah. Oh, prenatal chi, which is the inherited vitality that you are born with, so chi that you are born with, and then postnatal chi, which is chi that you extract from food or nature. This is very interesting because as a breastfeeding mom right now, that is what I'm experiencing. So my daughter was getting the prenatal chi, which she had before coming onto this plane, which was literally actually energy from my physical body. And now postnatal, she's getting it from food, which is solids and breastfeeding right now. And that's really interesting because I've been exhausted. um, it says the 40th shadow of exhaustion comes about due to ineffective energy conversion of food and liquid into postnatal chi, resulting in the body having to draw upon its precious reserves of prenatal chi. Coupled with its programming partner, the 37th shadow of weakness, these two lower frequency energy patterns gradually wear human beings down to the bone. Like all 32 of the shadow pairings, this process is a vicious cycle. But at the higher levels of frequency, the 40th gene key is actually responsible for transforming our civilization and society through fruitful alliances, solid boundaries, and mutually beneficial exchanges between individuals, communities, and even entire nations. However, the 40th gene key has the gift of resolve, which means that people with the gene key in their hologenic profile are born with great willpower, a great misunderstood human faculty. We usually see willpower as something that is all human beings can access as long as they have the inner strength. There is a credo in the West that says if you want something badly enough, you can make it happen. It's simply a matter of willpower. This is the conditioning that the 40th shadow feeds on. So I'm going to jump ahead, and it says there are two ways in which the 40th shadow can overwhelm you, either through attempting to force your own willpower without having adequate support, or from allowing others to take advantage of your weak willpower and giving in to compromise. So this is very important to reflect on during this time is, are we allowing people to kind of like take our energy by giving into their will as opposed to ours? And that tends to happen a lot in family dynamics. Again, the 37th gene key of family or community is the programming partner to this gene key. So really think about what you are lending your energy to, and also, do you have the physical will and vitality to do so? So the repressive nature of this gene key is a lack of boundaries in life. People with this nature easily acquiesce or give in to manipulation by others, lacking the will to stand up for themselves. Their permissive behavior is rooted in denial of their own needs, typically arising from patterns and coping strategies that they have had as a child. And I'm reading Dr. Nidra's book about this called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It's really, really good. I should also link that in the comments because it's all about holding your boundaries so that you have the energy to live in your purpose, be happy, shine your light, all those good things. So the reactive nature, which oftentimes people think the reactive nature is the opposite, but it's actually on the same side of the spectrum. It's just a lower frequency. So the reactive nature of this shadow energy of the 40th gene key is to be in contempt. And that is the fear of the repressive nature. This rage has its roots in difficult childhood. The kind of denial distorts the rage into contempt, and these people can be very arrogant. They prey on the weaknesses of others for their own benefit, such as a sustained disdainful attitude, which means that these people cannot afford to allow anyone to get too close to them. So it's kind of like what this is talking about is the anxious and avoidant kind of side of a relationship compared to a secure attachment. And when you have someone that's contemptuous, they literally will like kind of like self-sabotage or create problems because of their own anger or fear for what others have done. And now their lack of trust for people, for humanity, for the people they love turns into this very like arrogant energy to keep people away from them. And what I love about the gene key reflection, I'm going to stop there because it's a lot. Divine, I'll talk more about the city divine will probably in the comments. But yeah, I'll stop there because it's a lot to digest. But the overall message is that there's an energy and a frequency that can be very positive when we choose to step into surrendering to life, and but to our will, to the energy of like what we want to see come to form, and also by